Now, the South Gauteng High Court in Johannesburg has heard that the motion of no confidence in Mayor Herman Mashaba must be expedited. An application has been brought by the ANC. It wants the vote on the motion of no confidence in Mashaba and the Speaker conducted via secret ballot. The Speaker, Vasco Da Gama, has rejected tabling the motion on the basis that he has no discretionary powers to allow for a secret ballot. So this court case wrapping up tonight, and we are expecting judgment tonight. So at the court we find our reporter Aldrin Sampear. And Aldrin, firstly, this is so reminiscent of the debate that happened before the motion of no confidence in the president that was heard via secret ballot, isn't it?
Yeah, well, definitely. You know, I was actually saying that this reads like the perfect storm in a teacup, because you have Advocate Aldrin Sampear here arguing why there shouldn't be a secret ballot, and arguing for Herman Mashaba, the mayor of the city of Johannesburg. And you remember that Advocate Aldrin Sampear was representing the main applicant in the constitutional court case, which was brought by the UDM. And not only that, but Advocate Aldrin Sampear was also the chairperson of the EFF, the same EFF that was against the election of Herman Mashaba last year as the mayor, or the nomination rather, from the DA of Herman Mashaba to become the mayor of the city of Joburg. And of course then there are the political outfalls between the EFF, the UDM, as well as the DA, stemming from what's currently happening at the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality. But focusing on what is happening here today in court, this application being brought by the ANC arguing that that Herman Mashaba has failed in his duty as the mayor of the city of Joburg, and the city of Joburg is on the brink of bankruptcy, that the city doesn't have money, and based on those reasons, they believe that there should be a motion of no confidence against Herman Mashaba, and he should be removed. However, though, they've attached two conditions to the motion of no confidence. First of all, they want that motion to be heard via secret ballot. Well, they want the debate to be held, and immediately after that, they want the vote to be done via secret ballot. And then secondly, after that, they want the election of a new mayor to be done. But they are also calling for a motion of no confidence against the Speaker himself, Vasco Da Gama. He's indicated that the rules as they stand do not allow him to grant a secret ballot in the mayor, or a secret ballot in him as the Speaker as well. And that's what we've heard here in court as well. These are the arguments that have been ventilated and argued by Ngugaitobi, who's representing the Speaker, as well as Advocate Aldrin Sampear, who says that if you look at the rules of the council, they are quite clear, they're explicit, that a motion would be voted on by a show of hands. There is no room for a motion to be done via secret ballot, to be voted on rather by a secret ballot. So those are some of the arguments that we've been hearing coming through from the different councils.
All right, so I guess they were trying to emphasize that different rules apply for a city as opposed to the national legislature. Aldrin, the big question is they obviously want this to go to a secret ballot, hoping that DA members will vote against Herman Mashaba. What sort of support does he have in the council, and what sort of strength does the party have in that council?
Well, I think there was a reshuffle earlier this year, or one of the MMCs was removed earlier this year after there were allegations raised against the MMC. So there is a bit of contestation in terms of Herman Mashaba's ability to deliver and being the mayor of the city. The ANC, however, believes that they are confident enough that should there be a motion of no confidence against Herman Mashaba, it will be successful only if it's done by secret ballot. They say that there have been a couple of DA supporters who have approached them. But what we should also remember is that this motion of confidence would take place during a time where the EFF, which is part of, not really part of the coalition government, but part of the voting bloc being led by the DA, has taken a resolution that it will boycott certain council meetings where the DA is in the majority, council meetings where the DA is leading in those particular governments. And this stems, of course, from what's been happening in the UDM matter in Nelson Mandela Bay, where the deputy mayor had been removed, and the EFF is disputing that. So it almost seems as though that the ANC has found that this is fertile ground to push for this motion of no confidence again. Quite specifically, more the emphasis seems to be on Herman Mashaba, not so much the Speaker.
All right, Aldrin Sampear from the South Gauteng High Court, and he did say that we are in fact expecting judgment in the next hour or so, and we'll bring that through to you as soon as it is handed down.